Bhutan is a true Sigma nation, a country so independent that it doesn't even recognize the United States of America. Not just the USA, this Giga Chat doesn't recognize Russia, China, or any of the five veto powers. But the question is, why? Is it fear? Is it strategy? Or is Bhutan just built different? Let's find out. As I already told you, this Himalayan state is a true Giga Chat. Bhutan doesn't ignore powerful countries out of fear. It's because of its legendary foreign policy. Unlike the West, which is obsessed with diplomacy, alliances, and unnecessary global drama, Bhutan is built differently. It is one of the most peaceful countries in the world. And I bet if peace rankings weren't made by biased Westerners, Bhutan would be number one. Why does Bhutan keep its diplomatic ties limited? Simple. Fewer relations, fewer problems. More countries mean more wars, more foreign influence, and more unnecessary global drama. And who is Bhutan's bestie? India. From government support to military backup, Bhutan is heavily dependent on India. For Bhutan, maintaining diplomatic relations with China, the USA, or any other big player is unnecessary drama. More countries, more politics, more war, more unnecessary imbalance. Bhutan looked at the world and said, you know what? India is enough. Maintaining relationships with the USA or China. Unnecessary stress. In fact, Bhutan only recognizes around 54 countries. Compare that to the 195 recognized by the UN. Bhutan is out here ignoring 140 plus nations like a true alpha. And guess what? Countries like Somaliland and Kosovo are out here begging for UN recognition. But this Chad straight up refused to join the UN until 1971. Bhutan doesn't just ignore world powers, it ignores global validation altogether. Bhutan rejected diplomatic ties with the USA because it didn't align with its interests. No fake handshakes, no pointless alliances. Bhutan doesn't play that game. It doesn't even have embassies in most countries. Why? Because it simply doesn't care. While the world chases power and influence, Bhutan focuses on its own peace and happiness. That's some real alpha energy. But wait, there's more. Bhutan isn't just a diplomatic rebel, it's also a cultural fortress. The dominant religion here is Vajrayana Buddhism, also known as Tantric Buddhism. The second largest religion is Hinduism. And here's a fun fact. Vajrayana Buddhism is more similar to Hinduism than Jainism or other Buddhist branches. Let me explain. There are three major types of Buddhism. 1. Theravada Buddhism. This one is the most different from Hinduism. Ever heard that some Buddhists are atheists? Yeah, those are the Theravada folks. They believe in no gods and strictly follow Buddha's teachings. It's mainly practiced in Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia. 2. Mahayana Buddhism. This is where things get interesting. Mahayana Buddhism is diverse and allows the worship of multiple deities, many of which are common with Hinduism. It is practiced in China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, and Taiwan. That's why Japanese gods often resemble Hindu gods. And guess what? 22 out of 24 deities in Chinese Buddhism are borrowed from Hinduism, including Shiva and Indra. 3. Vajrayana Buddhism. This is the closest to Hinduism. It incorporates rituals, mantras, mudras, hand gestures, and mandalas, symbolic geometric figures, to reach enlightenment. It also emphasizes the guru-disciple relationship, just like Hinduism. Unsurprisingly, it's mainly found in India, Bhutan, Nepal, and Tibet. Oops, I got a bit sidetracked there. Let's get back to Bhutan's GigaChad energy. This country proves that you don't need global recognition to be powerful. Instead of chasing validation, Bhutan focuses on protecting its culture and happiness. That's some real alpha energy right there. And if you think Bhutan is desperate for tourism money, think again. It has super strict rules for foreigners. Private individuals can't freely import gold or other luxury goods, and visitors must pay hefty taxes just to step foot in the country. But wait, there's one special exception: India. Indians can visit Bhutan freely because, well, Bhutan has a soft spot for its bestie. Now, let's talk about the real reason Bhutan avoids foreign relations. No foreign relations equals no diplomacy. No diplomacy equals no foreign visitors. No foreign visitors, no foreign religions. No foreign religions, no religious conflicts. Simple and effective. In Bhutan, you won't see a Jewish, a Christian, or a Muslim. Bhutan doesn't just ignore the Western world, it also doesn't recognize any Western religions. Yes, Christianity and Islam are not officially recognized as religions in Bhutan, which is why you won't find a single church or mosque there. Yes, Abrahamic religions is banned in Bhutan. And if you think you can change that, good luck. In Bhutan, public proselytization, trying to convert others, is illegal. Bhutan is out here, playing defense like no other, fiercely protecting its culture. And guess what? That's why it's one of the happiest and most peaceful countries on the planet. So at the end of the day, Bhutan doesn't care about global trends. It doesn't chase foreign diplomacy, it doesn't allow religious influence, and it doesn't seek validation from anyone. Whether you agree or not, Bhutan follows its own path, like a true Sigma nation.